Yeah, me. Are you kidding me? No, but so one of the things that we want to talk about today that I talk about all the time, it's like my sermon is knowing who you're talking to. So I call it creating a tribe of people. If you're one of the winners that gets day trading attention, Gary Vaynerchuk calls it creating cohorts. And so I'll use automotive for an example, just because right now I've done that several times in the last couple of months. So let's say that I go out on my lot and I look around and I go, I sell for Hyundai. Let's say I sell for Hyundai, okay? Hyundai has a new vehicle out right now that's called the Santa Cruz. You guys have probably seen it. It looks like the Subaru Baja used to look, or the Subaru Brat if you're as old as I am. And it's not really a car. It's not really a truck. It's this weird little thing in between, right? Sure. It's a car with a bed like this big on it. So if you're yard selling, maybe you could put some crap in it. Or if you're going to Lowe's because your wife told you to pick up some plants and some potting soil, maybe you got enough room in there for that. So I think about that vehicle. And to me, I think that's a boomer vehicle. I think baby boomers would love that Hyundai Santa Cruz. And I'll tell you why. Because we don't really want to haul any lumber. We don't want to move your furniture. I'm never helping you move again. I'm 60. There's a good chance you call me. I'm like, I'm not even going to make it an excuse. I'm going to go, nope. Because I don't want to. That's why. I love you, but call somebody your age. I'm not doing it. And so I would have a Santa Cruz because there are times when I need to haul some little crap around or whatever, and I don't want to put it in the back of my Jeep because the back of my Jeep is nice. And so I think that's a boomer vehicle. So if I had a whole new fleet of Santa Cruzes that came in, and I'd be like, dude, we got to move these. They're really kind of unique vehicles. I'm going to create a tribe of boomers today. And I'll tell you how I'm going to do it. I'm 60. Who else is like a boomer, a baby boomer? You are? Diane is? Gen X's are close enough because some of this stuff crosses over because you were raised by one of these. And I'm like at the very end. I'm June 64, right? So I'm like, I was right there before one more month and I'm a Gen X. However, I saw my mom and all of my aunts and uncles put cornbread in their milk. They get a glass of milk, buttermilk, throw cornbread pieces in there, take a spoon and eat it out. It's a boomer thing.
That sounds good. It is good.
They'll take a bottle of RC Cola, empty a pack of peanuts in there, put your thumb in the thing, tip it upside down, peanuts float the bottom, then you drink and eat your peanuts out of your Pepsi at the same time. It's a boomer thing, right? There's a bunch of these. We drank out of the garden hose. I mean, we got locked out of the house in the summertime. You come back when the lights come on. That's a true thing. So if I wanted to attract a group of boomers, I'm going to make a post about one of these things. And I'm going to go, if you're raised by a boomer or you are a boomer, drop some more boomerisms down below in the comments. This is what I've got right here. And because they play with me today, because they start popping in all of the things that boomers did, right? I bought 24 to 36 hours worth of time in their Facebook news feed that they will see the next thing that I post. So right now I'm curating my tribe of people, all of these boomers that are commenting on my post. Someone's tagged them in it or they've commented on it, right? So tomorrow when I post those stupid vehicles, that Hyundai Santa Cruz with its little tiny truck bed and trying to look all cute, no trim level. They're all crap trim level. They don't even have 4-wheel drive. They're 2-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, whatever the crap they are, because we don't need to go anywhere apparently. The boomers that I posted to the day before are going to see this vehicle. So now I'm serving up a vehicle that's relevant to the people I curated an audience for. 24 to 36 hours is about the only amount of time that I have to do that. I have to be I always think about my posts in two pieces, right? So if you are wanting to attract people to the wine bar, let's think about the people that you want to see there. Mm-hmm. And then you go, I vision that on a Friday night, my wine bar will look like this. And maybe they are millennials because they've got some disposable cash. And they're not Gen Zs because those people hardly drink anymore. They're all proud of the fact they don't drink. They want a mocktail. Oh, God. And so if I want millennials there, how do I speak to a millennial? What messaging resonates with them? And if you don't know, then go to ChatGPT and go, I own a wine bar in Joplin, Missouri. I would like to attract an audience of this age range to this age range. Let's call them millennials. I would like them on Friday nights. What could I do in a post that would create engagement without promoting my bar, without promoting my wine bar, without that part of it? Because I want to bait them today so that I serve them up the thing I want them to see tomorrow. Okay. That's super important. You always think about everything in two steps. So if I were a realtor, did you need a pen and a piece of paper?
Yep.
Can somebody get this gentleman a pen? You can turn that over and write on the back of Nick's face after you buy a ticket. After you buy a ticket, she's getting him one. Good job. Way to work together, team. Okay, so if I were selling real estate and I was selling like what was a first-time home buyer, right? A first-time home, like a two-bedroom, one bath, and I not necessarily want to hit the investors because they already know about it. They knew it the second it got listed, and that's not who I want. If I want to create a bunch of buyers that are those FHA buyers that, maybe they got some help, they're going to get some down payment money, whatever, then I'm going to create a post today that's going to speak to them. And it may be, I'm trying to think, let's think up some scenarios that would attract people that are probably, now I would say probably first-time home buyers right now are along. So Shasta bought her house, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? 3 years ago. So Shasta's 30. So we would be looking at like that 27 to 32 or 35 age range, like that. In this generation, those are first-time buyers, right? Where they were a lot younger in the past. You could get them in that, 21 to 25, but they're waiting longer now to buy their first home. So if you were wanting to attract that demographic right there, then you'd have to creatively, in your reign of who you are, in your zone of genius of who you are and what you talk about, go, how do I attract these people with something fun? Okay, we want to have fun. So Shasta, what would attract you right now if I were to make a post? If your mom still sold real estate, Shasta's a COO of my company, by the way, just so y'all know. And if any of you guys were teachers in Carl Junction in the time that she went to school there, my deepest and sincerest apologies.
So I'm an oddball, but dogs are an easy way to get me. I have 2 puppies. Severe weather is a good way to get me.
Because she doesn't want to die. You remember that.
Yeah. I don't want to die. That, if funny enough, that actually sparked a huge interest in severe weather for me. So now I'm
I always know when the storms are coming. Shasta's like, get in the basement. I'm like, I'm going. I don't even look anymore. I go down to the basement first. Go, where's Doug Hetty at? She goes, he's on YouTube Live. Okay, thank you.
I beat Doug Hetty forever.
She did every time. She beat the sirens to me this time.
It doesn't matter what kind of house, as long as it's a storm shelter.
Obviously.
I don't have one. My dumb self probably should have thought about that when I bought my house. I don't have one. Water stays in my house and I'm on a concrete slab. Yeah.
So if I wanted to create a tribe of people just like Shasta, and it may be along the lines of, let's see, what things that you guys are interested in. Shasta's super interested in Pokemon Go.
She's good.
How about sick of walking your dog and because they have to go out to the yard and you just want to stick them out in the yard.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So you're really just going to speak to them first, right? And before you show them what you have tomorrow. So you'll kind of want to think about who you're wanting to attract, right? You're wanting to attract, and you can use AI for that too. Look, I'm looking to attract this person right here. I would like them to be probably in a credit score of a 620 to a 700. That'd be great or 600, depending on where FHA is right now.
650.
Oh, I think we got one done at a 600 last year. Didn't Isaac buy one? He was at a 600 on his FHA. Regardless. So then you're going to speak to them today before you post a picture of that house. Now, when you post a picture of that house tomorrow, you're going to put a caption on top of it. It goes, first-time home buyers. Because that's who you built a tribe of. That's who you bought the day before. You bought their attention. You day traded their attention the day before, and you got them into your news feed, however you did it. Puppies, dogs, show me a picture of your dog. Hey, if you're between the ages of 20 and 35, I want to see what kind of dogs you have. I know what kind of dog I had when I was your age. Show me a picture of your dog. And now you're attracting them in. And then tomorrow, and now that post may be, Nathaniel, that this has a privacy fenced backyard. You can bring all your dogs here. They can roam free. It even has its own doggy door. It has whatever. You're going to speak to them just like you created them the day before. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So don't talk to these people today and then post some $400,000 house tomorrow. Apartment complex tomorrow. I mean, good if you're wanting to rent them, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Make this and this cohesive together. Make sense, Jacob? Okay. So on tribes, one of my favorite things too, even this is a really good one for attracting young families. I had Phil do this the other day. I told him, I said, I need you to walk outside, shoot a video holding up a car seat, and go, what's the most amount of car seats you've ever had to load into your vehicle at one time? What's the most? You know, I mean, it's a pain in the butt. I would probably even do a video that said that would be like an amateur person, like someone like Drew. Do you have kids?
No.
Okay, Drew and Jacob. Jacob has 1 million, just so you know. I think it would be a great time-lapse video or a great video. Let's let Drew try to install a car seat, and now let's let Jacob install it and see like what that time is. We're timing it, right? Like how fast does that happen? Because I'm telling you, they gave me my grandson for a weekend, and me and a whole other adult couldn't figure it out. A whole other adult. We're like, it's still coming loose. I don't know how to make it slip in there. And so that would attract all of these people, right, that are in that demographic right there. Even something as simple as that can work for every other avenue that you guys. It could happen for the wine bar. You need a night away after you couldn't get the car seat locked in. Wine. You know what I'm saying? Like that. All of that stuff speaks together. I don't know if any of this is making sense to you guys. Yes. Yes. There's this friend of mine named Shaka Dyson, and he'll go, if this is resonating with you, give me a yes or yes. They're like, all right, Shaka, yes is the answer. Okay. One of the things that you guys are failing to do, whether it's on your business page or on your personal profile, and in the past, I would have only preached personal. I would have only preached business page, right? Do everything on your business page. But you want to know what? I don't buy a car from Frank Fletcher Ford, and I wouldn't buy one from Frank Fletcher because he talks too slow. Frank Fletcher from Fletcher Ford. Don't ever call and get the hold music. But I would buy a car from Jacob because I know Jacob. I would buy a car from Nathaniel if he's still sold because I know I buy car. We do business with people. We don't do business with buildings. We don't do business with signs. You know, I can buy a house. I'm calling Yvonne. Like, I know what shoes she's wearing today. I guarantee you, because I've already seen it on Facebook, and she's ready to sell me a house because she got the 5-inch stilettos on. So your personal profile is just as valuable as your business page is. So they are not separable. They are who you are. And the minute that they know that you represent this wine bar, is it Christine's? Yes. Christine's Vineyard. I tell you, I drove past. I literally, because I was like,
The wine bar.
what happened? Where is Garen? But the minute that they know that you're associated with that, then everything that you do personally also reflects on your business. So you got to keep that tight, and then just keep that same messaging. You know, the minute I know Johnny's rolling his eyes. Why?
No, I'm thinking because you're saying mostly now, because back in the day, you told me
I would.
business page, but now it's like do personal.
Right. Well, and I'll tell you what happened in 2023. So it used to be Facebook. If you were trying to do business on your personal profile and Facebook figured it out, they would shut you down. Yeah, they would close you don't have access to your account anymore. They wanted you to be on a business page. As influencers like the GOAT came along, or any of the influencers out there, like they don't want to have a business page. This is who they are as a person. Then they unlocked all of that. And so now on Facebook, you can flip your Facebook profile to a professional dashboard. And now you get to treat that just like a business, right? You get to look at your analytics. If you want to boost a post, you can. If you want to run ads up there, you can. You could literally treat it just like it's a business page. And it's one of the greatest things that they ever did. They actually made it so in the past, whenever I used to train salespeople, like whether it was Johnny or Jacob or Nathaniel or anybody that was in the automotive space, Amy, she was not a good learner. She just wasn't. I would have to show them how on their business page to do this thing. And I would go post to your page, share to your profile, because all of their people lived in their profile. The people they went to church with were on their profile. They may have 1,500 friends, but they only had 100 people following on their page. Hey, I created an amazing document of how to build a tribe, and I would love for you to have it for free. And it has a whole list of different tribes that you can create. Just click the link below, and I will email that to you right away. Have a great one, and I hope we start building tribes together. And I was like, okay, take it here and then share it here. And I was like blue in the face all the time. They would post it to their profile and share it to the page. I'm like, no, it's bad words. Flip it. So now that you can do everything on your personal profile, you don't have to ignore your page, but it can be more, we call sanitized. It can be more of like a website. It can be whatever, right? But then who they want to do business with, that comes over. But you can bring all your personal stuff to the page as well. One of the things that is so important for you guys is that if you want people to engage with you, What'd your mama always tell you? If you want to have a friend,
Feed them.
oh, God, no. I'm hanging out with her mom. No, be friendly. Be friendly, right? So if you want people to share your content and to engage with you, you have to do it first. So one of your homework things will be like when I get up in the morning, every time I get up in the morning, I have a little alarm goes off on my phone. It says, go to LinkedIn. And I spend the first 10 minutes of every day commenting or sharing people's stuff on LinkedIn. I spend 10 minutes of the day doing that thing. I'm in a B2B space. I'm in business to business space. I'm not in a B2C space like most of you guys are, business to consumer. And so I have to do business with business people. If you're on Facebook and you want people in your community, whether it's a dress boutique, whether it's a window tinting place, whether it's anything else, like there's a landscaping business that anything that's kind of aligned with who you are. And let's all take a second to look up and see what Nick's doing. It's coming along. I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited about this. Then you should be out commenting on their stuff, sharing their stuff, and you're being a good neighbor. Right? If you're not doing that, not just because you want the people to do it, the algorithms like you better. It's a community. They want you to do this thing. Go. If you want to get more exposure on your videos on TikTok, should you be commenting on the other people's? I mean, there's like a whole thing. Like there's an unspoken point system within TikTok. TikTok does not endorse it, but it is how much you engage with other people on the platform, how long you spend consuming other people's content. If you just go there as a creator and you're posting and you're not sharing, commenting, liking, saving, doing any of those things, your reach gets stuck at that first 300. You're just stuck there because you're not really part of the community. You're just somebody that comes and you're like the drive-through window. You just come and get your stuff and keep going. You're not part of any of that. So your homework will be that every day, who are some businesses in my community? What 5 businesses in my community do I think are aligned enough with who I am and what I do that I could probably see down the road that I could refer them business. I believe in what they do, and they could refer me business because they will see what I do. And once I start playing nice with them, and they may never play nice back with you. They may never have said in a classroom where they knew that they should do this, because raise your hand if you knew that you should have done this before today. See, very few. So if you know that you need to go and share other people's content, you need to be part of the community, you need to support other businesses, just like we all, what do we do every time? Like, right, it's Small Business Saturday, go shop small local. And we make a post on Facebook, but do we shop small local? Do we eat small local? I mean, raise your hand if you've been at Walmart this week. Raise them. Hi. Hi. There you go. Look at these people. We're lying for a minute. There we go. Is what you got at Walmart something you could have gotten somewhere else?
I went to Sam's.
Yeah. and then I left and went to Academy. You're in Harps? High five. Harps is an ESOP. I love Harps. They are an employee stock option. The employees own the store.
I'm not where, it's not where I am.
Yeah, I understand. You're about convenience. I get it. Yes. Okay, so identify fall, and I would literally say 5 like local small businesses, like like if we were thinking hardware stores, and you guys are going to think Home Depot and Lowe's, and I would think Hinkle's. I love those people, nicest humans I've ever met. I went in there on Friday. Small story. My husband is a hoarder. I don't mean like, oh, he collects a bunch of crap. I mean, if there's a flat surface, there's a pile of crap laying on it. Every flat surface in my house, there is something sitting on it. Like, I swear the next house I built, everything's going to have a slant. Nothing will stay on. Everything's just going to roll right off, I swear. So my husband worked in Alaska for 6 years. And then he came home 7 years ago, and I had bought a Ford Ranger pickup. I bought a 2010 Ford Ranger pickup when he was in Alaska, because they didn't make them any. This is before the new ones came out, and they didn't make them anymore. And he'd had a Ford Ranger before, and he loved it. And this one was 4-wheel drive. It was a good trade-in at Roper Kia. It had 40,000 miles on it. And I'm like, so I bought it, and then I shipped it to Alaska for him so he'd have a vehicle while he was up there, because they were paying him to have a car anyways. So when he came home, he drove his Ford Ranger home. And he's a hoarder. He was there for long enough that he collected a lot of crap. So he had to haul all that crap home, he thought. I don't know why. He didn't go up there with it. So he bought one of those camper toppers to go on top of his truck to haul all of it because he was driving through Canada and going to come down, whatever. So the topper that he bought did not fit his truck. It was too long. So he bolted 2x4s to the side rails and then bolted this camper on top of it and then tarped the whole back of it because he had a whole bunch of crap. So it was important crap. It was important crap in there and brought it home. So when he got home, I'm not going to tell you what was inside the topper because I ended up throwing all of that away too. But he took the camper off and set it next to my driveway. Now I live in Hickory Hills, right? We ain't the ghetto. We ain't Briarbrook, but we ain't the ghetto. You know, it's a nice neighborhood. And Brian sets this topper right next to my driveway. 7 years ago. 7 years ago. I was just like, Brian, what are we going to do with this? Brian, can you put it on Marketplace? Can we give that thing away? Can you take it to metal recycling? Like all the time. And you know, as a wife, like after a while, you're just like, I've run out of air. I can't talk about this stupid topper anymore. I don't even see it anymore. I became blind to it. But then he started putting stuff around it. So then my son, who had an RV because he's a union electrician, and they were in a RV park over in Pittsburgh before they went to Washington State, and they'd put hay bales around the bottom of their trailer because the weather was getting really cold and their pipes were going to freeze. So when it came time for them to, and they know better, I trained them better, they called Brian and they said, we got these perfectly good hay bales. You know anybody that wants these? He's like, yeah, I'll take them. Okay, I don't have a cow. I don't have a horse. I don't have anything. I have a basement. All my pipes are underground. I don't need any hay bales. Well, they went right around the edge of that topper, Air My Driveway, Hickory Hills, all around this. And then he started hiding stuff on the other side of it. I'll tell you all of this to tell you why I went to Hinkle's this week. So Brian left to go to work in Montana. And before I told him, I'm like, I don't even care. Don't just leave everything as it is. I'm going to have Republic Services bring me a big dumpster and I'm just going to start throwing crap away. And he's like, no. I'm like, no. 7 years this thing has sat here. Like, I'm over it. I'm over this. So he made a point that before he left, he cleaned all of that crap out and it's all gone. But there's bare grass. I mean, there's no grass there. It's just bare dirt right there, right? Mm-hmm. So I go up to Hinkle's the other day and this beautiful girl that had purple and red hair, like it's vibrant. I don't know how she's keeping that color in her hair because it is popping. She was beautiful. She had a rainbow in her eye shadow. It's very sweet. And I told her, I'm like, I can't find it, but do you guys have any that I called it hydra seed, you know, like you spray it and it's green and then the foam holds it there so the seed doesn't wash away. And she's like, no, but she goes, but you know what? I can order it for you. It'll be here Monday. And I'm like, really? She goes, yeah. Do you need the thing too? I'm like, I think I need the thing. You tell me what I need and get me the stuff. She gets me all the stuff I need. Like I was probably in there 7 minutes. It was all ordered, paid for. And she goes, give me your number. I'm just going to text you when it's here. I'm like, great. That would have never happened at Lowe's or at Home Depot, but that will happen at a smaller business like Hinkle's. And so that's why I say if you can find some smaller businesses that you can wrap your arms around and go, this is where I do business and this is who I help promote and this is how I share their stuff, then you're going to want to do that thing. If you are a realtor, probably insurance agent that has, I think about Andy Queen, like he usually has some good solid stuff on social media. Johnny Murray has some good solid stuff on social media. Find those insurance agents that produce good content and share their content. If you think it's valuable for your people that will be watching it, you know, I want to know why insurance rates are going up. And if Johnny Murray isn't making you content for that, I would call him on the phone and go, Johnny, I need you to make a video and post it to social media about why our insurance rates are going up. What is that all about? Why am I having to pay this much for stupid car insurance? And then Johnny's going to go, I'm on it. Why? I'm going to do that for you. And then you go share Johnny's content because you guys are collaborative and you need that guy anyways. If you're a realtor, I would probably find some landscaper who does good content. And if they don't, and you know a good landscaper, tell them that you need some stuff posted. Tell them you need to know like what bushes are hardy. Why should they not be planting this right now? What grass is going to grow in the shade? These are things that we need to know, right? 100%. Like Shasta has a big bare spot in the back of her yard right now because she got rid of a pool last year. She needs to know. She needs to go to Hinkle's and get some of that spray grass. Oh, what you need?
Make a fire pit.
Huh?
Make a fire pit.
It's big. Like it would be like
22 feet.
against the law. That fire would be.
Find the thing to do it because you.
Yeah, true.
On the counters in there.
Yeah. Oh, I guarantee you, I have 5 of them.
It'd be really good to know of like some landscapers or good lawn mowing service.
Fence guys. Think about for you realtors, fence guys, for you car guys, tent guys, mechanics, huh?
I keep them because they get super busy.
Oh, you gotta share, man. You gotta share.
Keep that stuff.
Yeah. Designers with really great taste.
Ooh, yes.
Do you need
a closing?
closing gifts?
Yeah.
Wine is a great closing gift. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that you collaborate with within your community. And so I'm going to tell you my business partner, you guys don't know where I found her at. And she's my best friend. Shasta can attest to the fact that most of the time we're having a conversation. And then I had a different radio station during the day because whatever was allowed to be played in your office, that easy listening, Mike FM, whatever it was, that's where my ads were at in the daytime. And then my strategy was a different radio station at night coming home because if I got you in the morning, I wanted somebody else on the way home. Beverly saw one of my billboards and then stopped in and said, hey, do you ever need closing gifts for your clients? I'm like, yeah. She goes, I have a gift basket company. I'm like, cool. Here's a list of all of my closings this month. And I put prices next to him like, okay, you have to think about this. This was probably, trying to think what year this was that when Beverly and I became, when I was, yeah, probably not, probably 8 or 9, right around in there somewhere. Or no, probably no, it was when we were still a good market. Anyways. So we still could buy a house here in Joplin for like $58,000, just so you know. So, yeah. So if they were smaller, and I would order Wellsware. So Wells had cookie jars, pens, pencil holders, throws, and all this fantastic merch. And so I would order all of that stuff, and I would tell Bev, okay, so here's all of my listings and how much the house was for sale. And she knew to build a gift basket according to the price of the house it was being. So she would bring in these big Rubbermaid tubs, and she would bring them to me with all of the names on them for what closing they were for. And then from there, we just became friends and then eventually became business partners. But it came because a small business owner served a need that I needed. Because otherwise, I was getting them some crappy gift card. Is that what you guys are doing right now? Crappy gift card?
I do succulents, plants.
Succulents. Ooh, I would kill that quickly.
I think custom closing.
Do you? Where do you get them? Do you make them?
I have someone, Cameron James. She actually works at title company, and she has her own clothing good company.
That's cool.
So I find out what my customers like, their hobbies, and look at and what they talk. I tell her all about them, and she'll do a custom gift for them.
That's awesome. That's some good listening right there.
You showed that on your Facebook?
Yes, I show the best of it. I do a lot of Facebook.
That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. And it gives Cameron some shout outs too. If you're a car dealership, obviously an insurance agent, a good wrapper, a tent person, all good social media, like those before and afters on getting a car wrapped are fantastic. You've got so much content. I don't even know where to start with you. Like seriously, like if you don't think about your life as content, and I think about it all the time. I take some of the dumbest pictures. And I'm telling you, Beverly falls asleep at the drop of a hat. I can tell you how many hundreds of photos I have on my phone of Beverly asleep, sitting somewhere. And she'll be watching TV. And so her face is still making the last emotion of whatever she was watching. It'll be like, and she's sound asleep. And I'm like, I sent one to Goat last night because he was like, hey, what are you guys doing? I'm like, well, Beverly's asleep. So there's that. He's staying in Bev's house. Bev's staying at my house. So we're like, we house swapped right now.